Is the new Hot Toys Iron Patriot figure truly worth the investment? Priced at around 2,780 Hong Kong dollars or approximately 350 US dollars. This limited edition piece is restricted to just 600 pieces here in Hong Kong, and while it may be more widely available outside the region, the exact number of pieces remains uncertain. What's going on, everybody? This is Reagan and welcome back to our channel. Today, we will dive into this recently released figure from Hot Toys, the Iron Patriot, based on the comic version, diecast number 68, CMS 021, which is a 1/6 scale collectible figure. Let's begin with the art box. As expected, it comes in a sturdy brown shipping box designed to protect the artwork inside. Hot Toys has delivered a stunning design that set the stage before we open the box. The art box is quite catching, embodying the essence of Captain America. I personally like the color, beautifully muted, striking a nice balance that gives it a neat and polished appearance. Moving on to the packaging, it adheres to the standard design typical of diecast Iron Man figures. Beneath the foam insert, you'll find the included weapon, Captain America's shield, and the team diorama base. I particularly appreciate the color of this diorama base, which features an LED light function. While it's not a completely new design, it brings a fresh vibe that complements the Iron Patriot aesthetic. The Captain America shield included in this set has a commendable matte finish. However, it's worth noting that it's made from plastic rather than die-cast metal. I actually prefer this choice as it lightens the load on Iron Man's arm, especially if you plan to pose him in dynamic stances. Inside the styrofoam packaging, you'll find two additional pairs of interchangeable hands, one set with movable fingers and the other sculpted for shooting repulsor gesture. The design and detailing on these hands are quite impressive. We also have an interchangeable gauntlet cover that reveals missile, which looks great. The interchangeable shoulder cover features a weapon, and both the details and paint applications are fantastic. Lastly, the set includes a swap-out chest plate armor that reflects Iron Man classic look. Now, let's take a closer look at this stunning figure right here. And that's pretty much everything inside the box. Now let's jump into the articulation test and range of motion. If you handled any Iron Man diecast figures from Hot Toys, or if you own, a lot of Hot Toys Iron Man figures, then you'll find that this one is exactly the same. Nothing particularly new here. If you already own the Mark 46 Iron Man, you'll notice that the articulations and movement are quite similar, especially the design. The main difference will likely be in the tightness of the joints. If you're lucky enough to have super tight joints, you'll enjoy a variety of poses. However, if the joints are loose, you might find it frustrating to achieve the poses you want. It is what it is. Moving on to the swap out parts of this figure, the forearm cover for battle mode looks good. However, I must say the glue on the left arm isn't very strong. This raises concern about quality control, as always. As the magnet came up that piece, it feels like a rushed job, which has been a recurring issue with Hot Toys. Sadly, nothing seems to have changed, so I ended up having to fix it myself. The shoulder for battle mode looks great and works effectively, especially with the magnetic function that makes it easy to attach. The chest plate armor also clips onto the chest nicely and the magnetic design works well. Lastly, the shield performs admirably, but I find it a bit concerning to leave it as it is. It would have been wise to include an extra clip to prevent it from accidentally falling off from the arm of Iron Man, right? If it drops, it could mean saying goodbye to those beautiful paint application and hello to unsightly paint chips, right? Now let's move on to the LED light up function in the armor. I didn't encounter any issues in this regard. All the lights are bright enough to enhance the overall appearance of the figure, and they work perfectly. I just really wish that it was USB powered so we could fully enjoy the lighting when we display it, right? Additionally, I forgot to mention that this figure also features some pretty cool air flaps at the back. And lastly, let's try out the team diorama based light up function. I want to see how it looks like. And boom, wow, looks pretty good. I think it's really bright, and good thing it is USB powered, so we don't need to worry about it. Nice details as well on the base and paint application. Fantastic. Alright, before I give my final thoughts on this figure, I just want to do a quick review on the details, the closer look, especially the paint applications. So this figure is beautifully designed, with intricate details that showcase the engineering prowess of the manufacturer. The paint applications are truly amazing, with a metallic finish that is not overly shiny but rather a clean and almost perfect execution. The attention to detail is evident in the overall clean work, which is quite impressive in considering the figure's price point. However, there is one small area that appears to be a quality control issue where a part of the figure looks unfinished or marked. While this is a minor flaw, it is understandable that it might be a bit disappointing. I don't know why Hot Toys didn't see that. It's always like that. For sure, a lot of collectors gonna rant about this. But, it is what it is. The only thing that you could do is just return or exchange it. Like if you're here in Hong Kong or if you're outside Hong Kong, then you probably have to, send it back to whichever shop or website you ordered your figure, right? And again, given the overall high quality of the piece, nevertheless, the stunning design and impressive craftsmanship still make this figure a remarkable addition to any collection. It's still absolutely incredible, guys. So now, getting back to the main questions, is this figure worth it or not? Personally, I would say no. However, for other collectors like yourself who are diehard Iron Man fans, it might be a different story. If you're particularly drawn to the comic book inspired Iron Patriot look by Norman Osborn, then this could be a worthwhile addition. That said, I do have some reservation about the price point. If this figure were priced around the usual 2,000 Hong Kong dollars or maybe lower than that, for an Iron Man diecast figure, then it might be more justifiable. But as it stands, it's quite hard to fully endorse the value, especially given the flaws I've noted. I think that's the reason why this is an exclusive figure, because they don't know if they're going to sell out this one fast. I mean, maybe it's gonna sit there in their shelves on the websites everywhere. Probably, we don't know yet. So, what's my overall take on this Hot Toys Iron Man Patriot figure? Is it a must-have, or should you wait for a potentially better option from Honest Studio, right? Because they always make a better, I would say, like comic accurate figures than Hot Toys. Well, I'm not 100% sure, but that's just because Hot Toys is more like realistic look. I think it really comes down to your personal preferences and priorities, as a collector. If you are a devoted fan of the character and the comic aesthetic, then this might be worth considering, despite its shortcomings. However, if you're looking for a flawless, premium quality piece, you may want to hold up and see what other option emerge. I'd be curious to hear your thoughts. Feel free to leave a comment below and let me know what you think. And if you enjoyed this review, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't yet. Until then, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.